Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into how artificial intelligence is, well, literally rebuilding healthcare from the ground up. And it's not happening in one big flash. It's happening step by step, with these huge foundational pieces being put into place right now.
So let's start with a problem we can all understand. To bring a new medicine to people who need it, you're looking at a full decade. 10 years of research, of testing, of hoping.
But here's the real kicker. After all that time, after all that money, the vast majority, we're talking over 80% of those drugs fail. It's an incredibly broken system. And that is the massive challenge that AI is now being built to solve.
So how is this actually happening? Well, we're going to break it down by looking at the 4 foundational pillars being built as we speak. We've got the scientific revolution in the lab, the physical infrastructure that powers it all, the new rules of the road, and of course, the global race that's heating up. Let's jump in with the science.
Okay, first up, the pillar you can see most clearly, a complete reinvention of research and development. And it is happening at a truly incredible speed. I mean, the pace is just staggering. Just look at 2025. In March, Google's Isomorphic Labs grabs a record-shattering $600 million. Then, by September, a pharma giant like Eli Lilly just opens up its billion-dollar treasure chest of data to startups. And get this, by November, we have an AI-generated drug showing positive results in phase 2 trials on humans. This isn't a slow trickle, it's a tidal wave of progress.
And this isn't about making things a little bit better or a little bit faster. This is about completely flipping the script. Just imagine going from that 80+% failure rate to a 90% success rate. As Jeff here says, all of medicine just changes.
And if you want an example of just how futuristic this gets, look no further than psychedelic tofu. Yeah, you heard that right. Startups are using AI to comb through thousands of online trip reports, basically to reverse engineer consciousness. And from that, they're building new compounds that can heal the brain without the overwhelming flavor. A whole new class of medicine, born from data.
But, all of this amazing digital work, all these algorithms, they have to live somewhere, right? They need a physical home. And that brings us to our second pillar, the absolutely massive infrastructure being built to power this whole thing.
So when we say building the brains of AI, what are we actually talking about? What does it look like on the ground, in the real world?
Well, it looks a lot like this. Entire cities of data centers literally rising up out of cornfields. And they're being built at a breakneck pace to house hundreds of thousands of custom AI chips. This isn't just about storing files. These are the engines of discovery, and they're being built at a scale we've just never seen before.
And at the same time, you've got pharma giants like Eli Lilly building their own supercomputers. And I love how their chief AI officer puts it. He says it's like giving biologists an enormous microscope, a digital one, that lets them see molecules and patterns that no human eye ever could on its own.
Okay, so with all this immense new power comes some, immense risk. Which brings us to our third and absolutely crucial pillar, the rules. How do we make sure this revolution helps people without causing harm?
In response, you're seeing regulators start to step in. The Federal Trade Commission in the US, for instance, has already laid out some clear ground rules for AI. Pretty common sense stuff, really. Be honest about what the AI can do, back up your claims, and don't try to manipulate people. These are the guardrails, the rules of the road designed to keep everyone safe.
And this really gets to the heart of the challenge right now. It's this constant tug of war. On one side, you have this incredible, mind-blowing promise. AI drugs are seeing success rates double or triple the old way. But on the other side, you've got real-world harm. A facial recognition system that was biased. An AI lawyer that gave terrible advice. Navigating this razor's edge between promise and peril is the great challenge of our time.
All right, and that brings us to our final pillar. Because this whole revolution isn't happening in a bubble. It's a global race with absolutely huge geopolitical and economic stakes.
And if you want to see that race in action, just follow the money. In just the first part of 2025, companies in China accounted for almost a third of the value of all global biotech deals. That is a massive slice of the innovation pie.
And we're not talking about small numbers here. You can see it on the screen. Huge multi-billion-dollar handshakes between the biggest Western pharmaceutical companies and these super-fast, innovative Chinese firms. They're all tapping into each other's strengths, speed, cost, and just massive amounts of data. It's a truly globalized effort.
So, after all that, what's the big takeaway?
Let's pull all 4 of these pillars together and look at the future they're actually building.
What we've seen today is that this isn't just about one shiny new technology. No, this is an entire ecosystem being constructed right before our eyes. You've got the science, the physical hardware, the safety rules, and the global competition all interlocking and pushing in the same direction.
So where could all this lead? You know, for decades, in the world of medicine, that has been the C word, the one you didn't dare say out loud. But the ultimate ambition here, the one single thing all of these pillars are being built to achieve, could be just that. Not treatments, not management, cures. The question isn't if AI will change medicine anymore, it's how bold are we willing to be?